Hey, welcome to this tutorial. I'm going to teach you how to play a very simple, easy version of "O Worship the King." And this is coming from my Volume 6 collection of simple hymn arrangements. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is look at this tab, sheet music, so that we can lessen our practice time if we just take note of some of the information here. So we know it's in 3/4, meaning that a quarter note receives the beat, and there's 3 of them here in a measure. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then it's in the key of G. So the key tells you, kind of at least tells you how to position your fingers. I'll show you that in a minute. And also, if you're looking at the tab, you'll notice that we don't really play any notes on the high E string. So this one is in position 2. So position 2 just means that my index finger is going to be on the D string the whole time. Middle is going to be on the G, and my ring finger is going to be on the B string. We're not really playing that high E. And then my thumb will play the A string or low E string for bass notes. Hey, real quickly, if you want to learn fingerstyle, you might be interested in joining my academy. I have all my courses available here, and also all my interactive hymn tabs, both the simple hymn library and the advanced hymn library. The interactive hymn tabs basically have the video on the left side and the tab sheet music on the right side. Of course, you can enlarge this, and you can slow down, speed it up, loop sections. Makes learning a lot easier. Of course, I also have the PDF for offline learning. The advanced hymn library are just basically hymns that are a lot more difficult to learn, and then the arranging workshop arrangements are just student arrangements and also my arrangements that we made in the workshops. So in the workshops, I have weekly workshops that you can join. Currently, we have 2 going on every week. The first one is how to make your arrangement, and we're trying to make a simple arrangement of Amazing Grace in the key of C this month. And the second one is called Fundamentals, where I teach you the basics through learning a song. So you can check that out. If you missed the live events, there's the replays available as well. And there's a lot more here that can help you with learning fingerstyle if you want to check it out. So here in measure number 1, we come in on beat 3. So there's 2 beats of rest, 1, 2. And on 3, we come in with this first chord. Now, this tab tells you exactly what fingers to use for your right hand and left hand. So if we're just looking at our left hand, here's the left hand information. So on your fingers, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be your first finger, that would be second finger. You also have that information on the chord box. So you can, for example, use this second finger on this note and first finger on that note. For right hand information is right here with the letters P-I-M-A. So P-I-M-A, P stands for thumb, I for index, M for middle, and A for ring. And for this chord, for example, on our right hand, we're going to use thumb, index, middle, ring. And on our left hand, we're just going to use middle and index. So like this. Okay. And rhythmically, we come in on 3. So that'd be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so measure 1 is real easy because it's just this one. Now when we go to measure 2, we have this chord, G with a D on the bass, and then G sus4 with a D on the bass, and then pull off for basically just a G chord with a D on the bass. So let's tackle that first. So the first one is G with a D on the bass. So on my right hand, I'm just using I-M-A, index middle ring. And on my left hand, it says 4, meaning my pinky finger for my left hand. And then for the second chord, I'm going to go on 1. Right. On this chord, I'm going to be plucking this note, the open D and open G. This just means that that note is going to ring out. These two strings are going to ring out all the way through to beat number 2. So this right here, 1, and then you have a pull off sign to 0. That means you're going to pull off from 1st fret to 0th fret. So something like this. Let's talk about that for a second. So pull off means that you're going to pluck once on your right hand, and then the second sound is going to come from pulling off of the note. So you don't pull again, you don't pluck again that note. You just create that sound with your left hand using a technique called pull off. Now, pull off can be misleading sometimes because people think you just remove the finger, you pull off, but really what you're doing is you are actually pulling down. See, I'm pulling that string and then letting go so that it will create a louder sound. Otherwise, if I just remove my finger, that pulled off sound is not as loud as the plucked sound. And if I pull down, okay. So this section right here though is we're plucking the D string, the G string, and the B string. And then we're using that pull off technique to the 0th fret B string. And then letting the D and G string ring out. Okay, so that's how that works. Rhythmically, this sounds like this: 1, a 2, 3. So if we were counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, a 2, 3, 1, a 2, 3. So this is ah. This is 1E end. Basically what's happening here is that think of dividing the quarter note into 4 equal spaces, and this one keeps 3 and this one keeps 1 of that space. So 1E and a 2, 3. So 1, a 2, 3, 1, a 2, 3. So that's the rhythm there. 1, a 2, 3, 1, a 2, 3. All right. Now you might spend a little bit of time just working on this section here, especially that pull off section. But I think that's probably the hardest part of the song. All right, so this last chord here on measure 2 is just a D with an F sharp. And it's just 2nd fret using the middle finger, and then 2nd fret G string using the 3rd finger. And then on the right hand, thumb, index, middle. Or just stay in position 2. Okay, so now measure 3. What we're going to do is we're going to slide up this middle finger, up 1 fret. So, okay, rhythmically we're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and. It's quite simple there. Let's go to measure 4. It's just 1, 2, 3. So from measure 3, it's 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. All right. Now let's go to measure 5, where the verse starts. So that's just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then measure 6, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Measure 7, We'll play this chord before, this chord on beat 1. So this one you're familiar with. The second chord, it's a D7 slash F sharp. So you've learned this chord before. We call this D slash F sharp. All we need to do is just add this index finger now on the first fret, which you already have when you're playing the C slash E. So coming from this chord, you really just want to put your middle finger on that bass note and ring finger on that second fret G string. No need to move the index finger. You don't have to go remove and then put the chords down. Coming from this chord, just leave that index finger down and then put these other 2 fingers up there. And then beat 3 chord, G chord, again, we're just gonna slide up, middle finger 1 fret. There you go. And then measure 8, back down. You're familiar with this chord already. And rhythm is just 1, 2, 3. Okay, measure 9, 1, 2, 3. Again, that's quite simple and easy to follow on your own. Measure 10, slide up again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. It's just a repeat of the first few bars. So from here, it's similar to the very beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's measure 12 is just 1, 2, 3. Okay, 13. We're gonna go here. Okay, so let's cover that starting from 13. So all we need to do is move a ring finger to the 5th fret, and we're plucking A string and D string here. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. So on that beat 3, we have a C sharp minor, ring finger on the 4th fret, index finger on the 2nd fret. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, bar 14, measure 14, back to 5th fret, but this time with the middle finger on the 4th fret D string. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. So 13 and 14 together sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 15, slide back down. 1, 2, 3. So that beat 3 is just with the open B string there, played by the ring finger. Okay, now 16. We've played this chord before. 1, 2, 3. So rhythmically, that's just 2 beats on the first chord. 1, 2, 3. Measure 17. 1, 2, 3. That's quite easy. 18. 1, 2, 3. Again, that's also simple. You've done that before. 19, similar to the intro. 1, 20. So on 20 is just 1, 2, 3. Now, after measure 20, we have a repeat sign here, and this one goes back all the way to 5. Then you play it again all the way up to 20. And then after that, then you go to 21 because you played the repeat sign already. So from 20, let's say you repeated it already. 1, 2, 3, and then 21. 1, 2, 3. Again, that's familiar already. 22. That's also familiar. 23. 24. 2. Again, that's easy and simple. 25. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay, so from 25 to 27, again, those are familiar already for you. And when we get to 28, you just hold it for twice as long. And you're basically done with this arrangement. Very, very simple arrangement. Hope you enjoyed this one.